Okay, so because I did not do a current energy, aka weekly energy reading, and I focus on messages that were like channeled, I think I'm going to do a current energy reading. So whenever you come across this page or this channel, you'll get some messages, okay? So the reading is timeless, but I do want to tap into the energy, and let's go. I hope you're doing well. I hope everything is working out in your favor and you hanging there as far as these energy changes, transits, blase, 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 right? Okay, so I just want to pull like one of my Zodiac Oracle cards from Barberi and go from there. I was supposed to do a one card love affirmation, but I didn't get around to it. So I think if I can remember, I will do it, okay, in this reading. The full moon in Pisces reading was pretty dope. I pulled a couple of cards, but most of it was channeled. So Neptune came out. And Neptune, if you looked at my new moon in Pisces reading, you'll know that that came out as well. So Neptune, okay? Neptune. Some of you may have been seeing 333. I know I have. 111. I'm hearing 1111 and 911. So let's see. I'm just looking at my decks down here. Okay, so I'm going to tap in. Again, this doesn't necessarily have to be for this week or the coming week. It's whenever you come across this message, okay? And I did set the intention for that. Okay, so what about Neptune energy? And if you don't know, Neptune is connected with Pisces because it's the ruler, okay? And we're also about to enter in Pisces season. Okay, so I'm hearing like an 80s rock song, but I'm not really hearing the lyrics per se. But I also hear make a believer or make me a believer, okay? If you are familiar with Piscean energy, their affirmation is I believe. So if y'all just so happen to come across this page and you hear me say that particular line, let me know if that's in a song or actual 80s rock song or rock song. But that's what I'm hearing. Make me a believer or make a believer. And I'm thinking I'm thinking it's leaning towards the make me a believer. Okay. What do you have for Neptune energy? This Neptune energy, for those who have already cleared ways or cleared paths as far as, you know, moving out debris or things that were weighing them down, they'll have clarity around this time and know that they're able to open up and create more. So if there's things that you've been wanting to pursue or things that you've been wanting to create, now would be the perfect time for that, and or at least be open to those possibilities. I'm seeing that some of you may also, I'm hearing a process of elimination. So it may be a thing where you've gathered all these ideas, you thought about all the different talents or gifts that you may have, and you weigh pros and cons or what have you. And so now it's a thing where you want to start, you know, taking action, taking a leap right? Taking a leap of faith, okay? And you may not have everything right now, especially those who need equipment, but I'm seeing that regardless, you can still pursue those things even without all the necessary equipment or material, okay? Everything will unfold as it needs to be. Just trust in the divine, trust in divine timing, trust that all your needs are met, that you'll be provided for, you'll be okay. I'm hearing perfectionism, so there's a thing where spirit is encouraging you to not to operate in an egocentric or overly critical or self-critical perspective, to shift your energy. And I think I briefly covered that in one of my recent readings, and that was dealing with the solar plexus, okay? So if it's a thing where you feel like you don't have it all together, you may not have all the plans like fully laid out, that it's okay, that you can trust in the process. And I'm hearing trust in the experience, okay, as it unfolds, as it blossoms. When springtime approaches, you'll be able to start seeing some things not only open up for you on an energetic level, but definitely open up for you even in the physical, okay? That you'll see some physical manifestations as far as you setting those intentions, okay? Some of you feel like there's some ambiguous there's some details that need to be clear, okay? You need clarity, and some things you're not actually seeing it. I'm hearing that you need to actually rely on faith at that point in time, okay? That you may not have the exact answers on everything, but it's gonna come. It is gonna come. And it's not a maybe in it. So I don't want you to feel like, oh, that's too weak of something that you can rely on, okay? It's not a liability. Your faith is not a liability. Your belief is not a liability, okay? And the more you operate in this spectrum or in this perspective, the easier it will become for you to actually start executing without knowing every single thing. Now, it's not to say just blindly jump into different possibilities or connections or what may seem like an opportunity. Is not that. You will have an intuitive, I'm hearing a knock, okay? So some of you may actually physically hear a knock. Some of you may also hear a sound, or even just like a literal knock that will like confirm that it's a yes, or confirm that this is positive, that this is the right path, or what have you, okay? So some of you may have been praying or setting intentions to receive, not necessarily setting intentions, praying for those confirmations, praying for those synchronicities, praying for things to open up for you so you can start moving around a little bit, you know, have a little bit more leeway or wiggle room, because some of you feel like you're restricted at this time. So the energy is going to really open up for you so that you can feel a little bit lighter, a little bit freer, that you can spread your wings. You know what I mean? That's what I'm getting with the Piscean energy, the Neptune energy, okay? Neptune. Okay. And I just heard scandals. I mean, I'm sure you're up to date with current news or what have you, or events. And that is what's coming up as far as Neptunian energy, the Neptune energy, okay? Because Neptune, you know, there's some possibilities where it's illusions, deception, lies, hidden things, you know what I mean? And I'm also hearing here hidden realities, okay? Hidden realities. So all is not what it seemed, okay? So in your day-to-day human experience may be totally different than an extraterrestrial experience or a humanoid experience or whatever, okay? Okay, so this is like a Nine of Cups energy. Some of you are experiencing fulfillment of wishes, especially during this time. The new moon in Pisces, as well as Pisces energy for the Pisces season. It's definitely some wish fulfillment. And I did feel that earlier, that wish fulfillment, especially for Pisces, Gemini, Taurus, Aquarius, and even Sagittarius and Scorpio. Cancerian, okay. And Aries. Those are the signs. I can't repeat it back. I just saw 1111. I can't repeat it back to you. But if you have to play it back because those were just, it was just channeled, okay? Now, I'm also seeing that there's not a completion yet, but it's approaching like a new cycle, okay? Because the universe card was in the reverse. Okay, so there may be some finishing touches is what I'm hearing. Some things that needs to be tied up, some loose ends need to be tied up, and, you know, you'll go from there, okay? And I heard new challenges as well. Then I sense this too. Moon energy. So this is the shadow, okay? Moon energy. So some of you, just being real about it, well, we have a new moon in Pisces. You may be setting intentions for that. And then again, I'm sensing that y'all really are focused on Pisces season. So there may be a full moon coming up that you are already expecting to release some things. You're already getting prepared for that particular cycle. And I'm hearing slow down. So I know you may want to be on ahead of the curve, or you want to be aware of certain things coming up your way. But on an astrological sense, Spirit is asking you or encouraging you to slow down, to not always want to know the next steps. Finish what you need to finish now and complete what you need to complete now, and then feel your way through, okay? This is a feeling like type energy. It's not a thing where you can think it all the way through or have it all planned out, you know, in an analytical or strategic way. Although some people sleep on Pisces energy, because Pisces energy can be very strategic, okay, and can be a logical or analytical, but it's different from like an air sign, or how can I say, it's not cut and dry, okay, with their ability to be flexible and maneuver through certain obstacles. And some of you may actually feel like you're going through an obstacle course right now. Spirit is asking you to be flexible, okay? And that's what that Piscean energy that I'm gathering. Some of you are really learning how to ground yourself but still be able to move, so not be a stick in the mud. You get what I'm saying? There's just enough water, emotion, you know what I mean, intuitive energy to tap into, but you're able to ground yourself and keep you afloat, keep you from drowning from all those downloads or inspirations or new responsibilities because of the career choice or change that you've made, or relocation and interacting with new people, okay? New tribes of people. Now this moon card here, yeah, you're almost at the end. The card for the shadow is 18, right? So it's like 1 and 8 is 9. You're almost there to complete a cycle. And I've already said this in a previous reading. There is something significant in regards to the sun and the moon dynamic. a new discovery, like something planetary, okay? So even if it's not in during the Pisces season, or I'm seeing that there may be a new discovery astrologically, like particularly like a new star or a planet that has been discovered, okay? I'm also seeing that there is going to be a reveal of basically something being doctored up, some form of manipulation in the clouds. I'm hearing that's the particulars on that. And I heard this in the last reading. All is not what it seems. Okay. And I also heard don't jump on the bandwagon. With that Pisces energy, they have been through all of the houses, right? And they're supposed to be the wise sign. And they come across all these different experiences and obtain a plethora of wisdom through going through all these houses, and they've seen and done it all, right? But even still, it's a newness to it where they don't come off as a know-it-all, because they're always open to learning new and different things. So Spirit is encouraging you to operate in that type of manner too, like to be a little bit more flexible. Be open to learning. Some of you may actually go deeper within your spiritual practice, or make some, changes. You may be inspired, okay? You may be inspired right now to do something different, to do something new. All right. So I'm just going to clarify, what is the universe all about, please? Boundaries, defensiveness. So you're keeping things at bay. You may be very private during this time. And again, this doesn't have to be for Pisces season. It's whenever you come to this message, okay? It will apply for, if it's meant for you. But some of you are really getting up the courage to go ahead and move in a certain direction where your heart's desire is. Green, heart chakra, green and yellow, as well as the other card, green and yellow. Then the boundaries, the protection of your dreams, your aspirations, okay? Certain opportunities you want to keep under wraps, like even if you're relocating, or if you have a connection you want to protect, especially if it's new or fresh. Or if you reconciled with someone, you want to kind of keep it private. Some of you are actually tapping into your heart space and in your solar plexus, okay? Give me another scenario in regards to the universe, please. Yeah, remember I was saying commitment, okay? Some form of commitment or contractual agreement I'm getting out of this. This is like a deep commitment. It's more than like a fling type energy. It's not even, say for instance, if you had a short-term contract with a business or company or whatever, it's deeper than that. It's like, I'm hearing sign on a dotted line. So again, it can be marriage, it can be engagement, okay? I'm hearing even like a renewal. So again, that reconciliation energy is coming back out. Okay, you're using a lot of mental energy on that too. A lot of willpower, a lot of courage. Some of you are going through a purification process, okay? So what is fulfillment? What is fulfillment of wishes? Yeah, so soulmate energy. See all that yellow? Soulmate energy. So soulmate doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic situation. It could be a friendship. Some of you are experiencing new connections as far as friends. Soul tribe, okay, type energy. Past life connections, okay. Some of you may be reminiscing in regards to a previous connection that you used to have and you want to reconcile, and you, in a sense, don't realize that you may very well be connected to that person energetically, and they may be thinking about you the same, you know what I mean, missing you the same, wanting to be in your company or whatever. There may be some communication because that blue is standing out for me. Throat chakra energy, okay. Some of you may be connecting on a spiritual realm. So say, for instance, telepathy. If you are actually communicating with someone in the dream state that, you know, you want to rekindle or reconnect, okay. The sun card on the bottom of the deck, okay. Give me two more scenarios, Spirit. Fulfillment of wishes. Some of you are recently connected with the brother, okay? A sibling, okay? So you're almost there, okay? So that may be a fulfillment of wishes. Knight of Wands, like keeping the faith, like not giving up, persevering through something that may have been challenging and knowing that it's almost over. Remember I was talking about the 9, okay? You're almost there. Woo! Cards be flying. Okay. It may be a job opportunity. Remember I said that even if something was temporary initially, turning into a permanent agreement. Okay. A lasting agreement. Permanent. Okay. A permanent commitment, which will make your situation a little bit more stable or predictable in a sense, right? 9 of Pentacles. So some of you may be receiving money, unexpected income too. Give me one more fulfillment of wishes. Yeah, you're going to really feel victorious during this time. 6 of Wands. You're going to feel like on top of the world. You feel like everything is panning out the way you've hoped or wished for, okay? And even if you work for it, you don't mind working for it. So there's a lot of fire energy, a lot of wands in this spread. And again, it's because of the spring energy coming up where we can really start taking action. And the winter is wrapping up, right? The winter cycle. So preparing for a new season. So some of you that were in your head about a situation, I'm seeing that you'll receive clarity on what to do next. And that will bring you great relief. Right. High Priestess, you're using your intuition, and that's also connected to Piscean energy. You'll really be receiving some downloads as far as the next steps. Again, healing, wish fulfillment type energy, okay? Some of you are Aquarius, Pisces that I'm speaking with or speaking to. Okay, and again, the stars are really standing out. Yeah, you're going to see that you have a lot more opportunities than what you originally thought, okay, or expected. And Spirit is going to, like, I'm hearing, like, bring it on a platter, okay? So some things you may not like, that's not for me, that's not a match, I don't, but it's still going to be there. And it's up to you to determine whether or not you jive with it, you know what I'm saying? If it resonates, like, to mesh with that particular energy. And I'm also hearing that even though some things may not, and then remember I was talking about commitments, contractual agreements, lo and behold, Hierophant came up, okay? So some of you may need to try something different, okay? I'm just going through here for the next 2 to 3 cards, okay? Some of you may have thought that it was going to be a disappointing situation, okay? But Spirit is saying because you made that judgment call to go with your heart, that you're going to go and start something new, okay? And you are getting this healing-like energy through this experience, whether it's new love, connections, friendships, relocations, And you're really going to be feeling fulfilled. You're going to be like on top of the world. This is Empress energy, okay? And you're going to put all those worries and those concerns at rest, okay? And you're going to walk away from things that no longer serve you, okay? And really tap into this type of energy, which is Two of Cups. That's awesome. Passionate new beginnings, okay? Stability. You may be connected to a Taurus or Capricorn or Virgo, specifically like a Taurus energy, where it's like that heavyweight, like wealth type energy, where, you know, they're going to be really stable, okay, if that's a new connection for you. Okay, and I'm hearing stalemate. So some of you thought that a situation, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a, and that's business or romantic, okay, so platonic or romantic, or even if it's a connection as far as a love connection, you may have thought it was a stalemate initially, but you kind of was patient with it and you saw it through, and it's going to actually pay off for you, okay? So that's what I have as far as that energy. Now I want to pull a card in regards to love. I did not forget this time, so all right. I did not forget. I thought I was going to forget, but I set the intention. I guess it's like, nah, you ain't going to forget this time. It's right here, front and center. Okay. So affirmations for love and relationships, okay? Oh, it's upside down. I'll need 3 cards. Some of you may have felt betrayed or stabbed in the back recently. But Spirit is asking you not to even focus on that, okay? Don't focus on the things that you consider your downfalls or pitfalls or disappointments per se. Feel the feels and then let it go. Like you got so much more to focus on that is exciting and for your highest good. Like, don't dwell on it too long, okay? Now, I asked specifically for 4, but I got more. So let's do it. Ownership. I take ownership for how I make others feel. And I do my part to repair any bridges I might have burned or perhaps even lightly singed. If bridge mending feels impossible, then I can start small. Instead of becoming a bridge architect, maybe I'll just skip the bridge and walk the long way around. Taking ownership is great for burning calories, okay? So some of you, again, there's reconciliation on the table. There's reconsideration. So maybe reconsider maybe how you said something or how a connection kind of ended. You may, you know, circle back. Now, if you actually take action on it and see it all the way through, that's really up to you. That's free will. Giving, I welcome the idea of give and take in my relationships, and I eagerly practice the give part. By giving freely, I discover just how fun giving really is. Giving my time, care, and attention to someone else actually gives me good feelings, which makes me want to give even more. Wait a sec, does this selflessness make me look selfish? Be honest, okay? Also, you may evaluate the way you give, okay? The way you give yourself, your time, your energy, your resources. You may actually put that on the table to look and see if those that you have really done a lot for or gave to, you may reconsider how you do that, okay? You may actually pull all the way back and just like, you know what? This was an imbalanced situation. I was doing way too much, giving way too much. I probably need to put that on pause. Grace. I face disagreements with grace and flow through the ups and downs of my relationships without getting thrown off center. Some of you are actually not going to end relationships, even though it may have seemed like, okay, this may be on the brink of an ending. It may be just an uncomfortable feeling or a trigger that came up that reminded you of something that ended in an ending, like it resulted in an ending. Or it may be a thing where you know, the perception or the emotions were just a little bit too intense, so naturally you connected that to like a doom and gloom type situation, when in actuality you just needed to take space. You know, they do their thing, you do your thing, and focus on other stuff. And then on another note or later down on the road that you guys connect again and maybe discuss what transpired, okay? And bring healing into the situation. Now, if it's a situation where you know that that chapter needs to be closed and, you know, be done with, you know, of course, free will, okay? No judgment, none of that. But if you feel like this cannot be salvaged, I really want to see what else is out there as far I deserve more, or even if it's not all that, you just see that it's coming to a close, then you'll actually weigh that out during this time as well, okay? So again, I faced disagreements with grace and flowed through the ups and downs of my relationships without getting thrown off center. With grace, I'm able to keep my cool, be my best self, and not resort to name calling, even when that crappy poo-poo face is being a douchey barf monster. Okay, so basically, even if a situation is unfavorable and the person is lashing out, or they may have shown some things that you may not have liked, you won't meet them at that level. You get what I'm saying? That you will keep your boundaries, maintain yourself, maintain your level-headedness, and be okay with just stepping back, okay? Harmony. And that's probably why that green was standing out for the heart chakra, okay? Harmony. I know in my heart that when something is right, it feels easy and breezy, even though that sounds cheesy. With this in mind, I banish all stress, insecurity, and tedious work from my relationships. Then I invite harmonious relationships into my life and let them show up on their own time. Easy breezy things are rarely punctual. Okay, remember I was telling you about divine timing and new connections? Okay, and lastly, humility. Okay, remember I was talking about not be driven by your ego? I take deep breaths. I take a deep breath and release all of my desire to be right. Without right, what's left? A soft, pliable version of me that's willing to make mistakes, hear other people's opinions, and try doing stuff a different way. In other words, I get to take a pretty sweet, all-inclusive brain vacation. Okay, so get out of your head, get out of your own way. Like, let people be who they are and show up how they show up, right? And you show up the way you feel the most authentic, okay? Be honest with yourself, be honest with others in regards to your connections, especially if there are imbalances, especially when there are things that need to be addressed. Don't like allow them to just fall by the wayside and then they come back up again and then you don't say something, okay? It's just the way you say it, all right? But that soft and pliable version is all about that Piscean energy I was tapping into, about going with the flow. You can use your intuition without making jagged or rigid decisions or abrupt movements. Like, say for instance, if you don't particularly care for something, you don't have to go like, oh heck no, woo woo woo. You know what I mean? Like, no, I don't think I'm gonna do that. I actually have some other plans. I appreciate the offer. However, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? Or something like that. So it doesn't have to be so abrasive as far as the declinations or the declines, okay, as far as offers, that you can find another way to say no. And it can simply be no. It doesn't have to be nasty. You know what I mean? It just be, you know, no. No, thank you. So that's all I have for you. I wanted to do this reading, you know, just to fill in the readings that I didn't do, the reading I didn't do. So feel free to check out my YouTube channel to see the other videos that I have posted up. And I should be uploading another video along with this one as well. So you got some content, you got some things to look at, okay, especially over the weekend if you want to. But that's all I have for you. I am Amethyst Goddess from InAlignment Ministries. All the information as far as how to reach me or get in contact with me as well as booking is within the description box. All right, feel free to share. All right, bye.